Okay, it's been a while. I got my old black accordion back. And so I thought the kids are jumping on the trampoline and I'd play a little bit. Let's show all chat messages. And yeah, and it's been a long time since I've played this accordion. Let's see where I can play. Oh. There we go. Okay, let's put our phone down. Sure, I'm just talking to myself, but yeah, it's been so long since I've played. It's kind of weird. I enjoy playing this accordion, but not as much as the white one. You know what I'm really into? This might just be more chatting. Hey Tom, hey Gilbert. What I've been really into is this happened on my last video. Let's say we're improvising, right? Like a G minor to C minor to F to G minor. I kind of like to put the G major there a little bit. So it sounds like, you know, C minor, F to D flat to G major. Right? That G major versus a G minor. The G minor is just a bit sad. Anyways, I'm in a G major kind of mood. How's it going? I'm just talking to my phone. Major. Thank you, Tom. No, Sal's just playing at daycare, and he'll come back in a. They should be back soon. G minor, it's a bit overplayed. Let's do E minor. So one thing I spoke about last week was awesome. Thank you, Gilbert. One thing I spoke about last week, just about, you know, choosing 3 or 4 chords and just practicing by keeping your fingers there. So I'm gonna choose E minor. I'm gonna start off with just doing what my left hand's doing. So choosing a pattern like E minor, A minor, E minor, B, right? The 1, 4, 1, 5. So here's what it would sound like, from easy to more difficult. So I'm gonna start off with an E minor for 4 to A minor, back to E minor, 3, 4 to B major. Now I'm going to introduce just one finger, E minor, right, to A, back to E, to the B, right? So that's matching right and left. I'm going to choose, again, the E minor, but instead of the E, I'm going to choose the G, because the E minor is really these 3 keys, right? So I'm going to choose just a different thing. I'm going to try not to repeat my melody on my right hand. So maybe I'll start with an E. A. Now when I come back to the E, I'm going to hit the G. And instead of the B, I'm going to choose the F sharp. Because this is really the E, right? When I come back to the E, I'm not going to repeat the E, I'm going to go to the B. It's a bit confusing. On the A minor, I'm going to choose the C. I'll keep playing and try not to talk. Now multi-fingered. Instead of holding for 4, I'm going going to change on the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try and change every 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We can make it faster. Gilbert, I'll explain in a second, right? We can make it faster. 3 notes. So what's happening there? It's purely improvised. This is just an exercise in learning. We chose 3 chords: E minor, A minor, and B. We chose E minor, A minor, back to E minor and B. Those are 3 chords that we chose that sound nice together. On my right hand, the theory that's happening behind it is, I guess I'm asking, awesome, Chad. It's true, noodling is learning, right? So I'm playing the chord on my right hand, E minor. How to build a chord: put your finger on the E, and then the minor version of it. Gilbert, do you know how to build a minor? Minor, you take the root, you go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you go up 4. So plus 3, 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my E minor. And then I do the same thing on my A minor. So A plus 3 plus 4, that's my A minor. What I mean by A minor is any key that I press here, any note, belongs to the A minor, either the A, the C, or the E. And then I can I can play variations or different shapes of it. So if this is an A minor, this is an A minor, this is an A minor, and this is an A minor. I can play them solid like I am now, or I can break them apart. The exercise that I'm doing is I'm trying to play E minor chord, some notes of it, A minor chord, some notes of it, and the B major chord, some notes of it. Obviously, it requires practice and practice and practice, but that creates a song, right? Jan Tiersen, Valse de Monstre. We could do it E minor, B minor, A minor. So, it's a hard key. Now I'm gonna do that thing. E minor, B minor, A minor. Etc. Right? You kind of get lost in it, but again, it's 3 chords, and we try and build up on it. Don't you ever hunger for playing? You just want to touch that instrument and play so bad at least once a day? For sure. I have 2 accordions at home. Oh, that's your first song you learned. Oh, totally follow. It's we have a piano here, a piano there. I have a keyboard upstairs and 2 accordions. And at least, 10 times a day, you pick it up. That's awesome. Um, so I guess, Gilbert, I think everyone learns differently, right? Um, I oh, there we are. I I didn't practice growing up. I would go to a piano lesson and I really enjoyed the lesson, and then I'd come home and not touch anything. Um, and then I stopped taking piano lessons and I just started playing on my own, and that's when I started um, really playing for longer periods of time. I think that's one of the benefits of being an adult, right? So if you have a half hour a day, sit down and play what you want to play. I really liked Pink Floyd, so I would play a lot of Pink Floyd on the piano. Um, yeah, anyways. Um, yeah, I think back and forth makes sense. So I'm trying to come up with an analogy in my head, but I'm not great at analogy. So I'm learning judo now. I'm a white belt, and I've been learning it for about 3 or 4 months. And I do it twice a week for 2 hours. And in those 2 hours, we do free play, which is just, you're fighting with someone and they're coming at you not at 100%, and you're really fighting. And probably for a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we practice basic techniques. Basic techniques being I'm holding on to someone and I'm just moving them from side to side. And the basic techniques are my hand goes like this instead of like that. My wrist is like this instead of like that. And it's the most minute thing. And there are probably 4 or 5 of those little things to remember. Where's my foot? Where's my shoulder? Where's my arm? And at the time that I'm doing them, I need to close my eyes and I'm stumbling and I go, oh, I forgot to do that with my hip. Oh, I forgot to do that with my left hand. But after 3 weeks of doing those little exercises, I find myself getting better. Where's the analogy? The analogy is, I think you can, sorry, let me just read exactly what you said. Was you go back and forth between fooling around and seeing what sounds good or memorizing. So I think there's a benefit to learning theory and a benefit to noodling around. So if you just read theory in circle of fifths and you really know all the circle of fifths, that C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, it doesn't get you anywhere, right? If you know how to build an E minor 7, it doesn't get you anywhere without the playing part of it. And so I'm big into the playing around part of an instrument, right? Whenever someone, I love that playing music is literally called play. Fun play comes with that foundation. And to go back to the judo analogy, I'm only having really good fun now once I have some basics under me. So don't spend a half hour doing this. Right? Or really concentrating on your E minor, E minor, E minor. I think you'll pull your hair out. All you're doing is theory. I think it's really important to introduce at least some little aspect of play, which is coming up with a song in E minor. Right? I remember when I was learning, just sitting down in my room and going like that. And that was great. And just hitting the E minor. And then A minor. Back to E minor. Anyways, I hope that gives you some answer to your question. Gibbert, yeah, I keep bringing it back to my judo just because it's so cool to see these people that have been practicing for years and years, right? The black belts, the blue belts. It's second nature to them. When I do the technique, yeah, it's like learning a language. I'm still stumbling on the littlest things, but the more I do them, the more second nature they become, the more muscle memory. Yeah. Let's see what other people are saying. Left hand movement with sweaty hands. Sweat creates a lot of slipping when I play around. It's a good question. Yeah, if you do the longer, if I play long chords under the melody on my left hand, the right hand gets harder to hear. Is that typical? I think so, right? And I'll answer everyone's. Sure. So sweaty hands, and then let me do the Summer Over the Rainbow, and then the sweaty hands. So Summer Over the Rainbow, no matter what, I'll play two examples. I could do. Or. They're the exact same song. In one of them, there's this swell of music. It's a big wave. This hand's doing legato. I'm assuming that's what you mean by organ chords, right? It's just like. I think naturally you're filling up the sound. I used to play in a band and we had this like wall of sound, and it makes the melody harder to hear, even if I was to do the master sound. Even if my right hand is staccato versus, I think naturally the rhythm that I like to do on Summer Over the Rainbow is I like to give it a lot of room so my right hand can shine. And then maybe you could do for the Someday I Wish Upon a Star, maybe that's when you do the organ sound. Also, when you do legato on the left hand, try and bring your right hand up an octave. So instead of competing with a sound here, try and bring it up here. Right, it creates that dynamics. You're not just playing in the low end, but you have some high peaks as well. Sweaty hands, I don't know what to say about that. Hey Sal! Yeah, I don't know what to say about sweaty hands. How was your day? Jody's there and Wolfie's in the back. Sorry, people are just starting to come home. Sweaty hands, I don't know. I used to play with gloves on in the winter, but that just makes it even more slippery. Is it your right hand that's slipping? Do you sweat if you play another instrument? Or like on the keyboard when you type, or on your phone, are your hands sweaty? Is it nervousness? Yeah, I don't know. It's a great question. Turn off reads on left hand, turn master on right hand. Yeah, that's awesome. If you have a control on your left hand that you can turn off the heavy sound, that's big. Sorry, I keep looking back to see where the kids are playing. Let's see. Oh, you took Aikido for 15 years. Yeah, right? You have to learn that stuff in the beginning in order to enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of size of accordion, no matter how small or big the accordion, find something that you like, right? If you have a palette of colors, I'm not an artist, but choose the black and the red and make a pattern before starting to introduce other colors. So if you have an accordion that just has majors, you have just 4 chords, C, G, D, E, and maybe 1 octave, it's such a nice constraint. It's annoying because you can't play the Godfather Waltz, but it's kind of nice because it forces you to just do the... Hi, my love. We're doing a broadcast.
Oh, it's a broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, let's stay out of the way.
Is it all good?
Yeah.
Cool. Popcorn. Yeah, I'll try and play a song.
I need to go pee.
Okay, go pee. You can pee in the backyard too.
Okay.
made the popcorn, but that's wonderful. You should tell her it's the best popcorn. That was a nice improvisation. I really like, I think I have a lesson on this in Accordion Love. It's called a major 7. So if we build a C major, 1, 3, 5, the C, E, G, and if you put, instead of the full octave, the 8th, you come down 1/2, finger on the B, you get this really open, airy chord. So it sounds like this. That's our C major 7. Major 7? On the F, instead of doing this full F, F, A, C, we go F, A, C with an E instead of the F. Right? And those are just big, open, airy chords. C major, F. Yeah, I really like that. Anyways, that was the chords I was using on that improv. When did I get the Weltmeister? I hope to get one this summer if I can find one in a good price range. Oh, it's a good question. Other musicians, usually guys playing guitars, so your videos on playing with other musicians have been very helpful. Awesome. Thank you, Gilbert. Yeah, they are sophisticated sounding chords. They're open though. It's fun to play with them. So the Weltmeister I got before I was working in my old job almost 10 years ago. Man, oh man. So I used to always buy used accordions. I had 3 or 4. They all showed up on the YouTube channel. And then I was playing a stage show, and I had to have an accordion that works for the stage show, plus a backup accordion. So, and it had to be light, and it had to be loud. So the Weltmeister is only 72 buttons, the Chat 72. It was my first new accordion, so all the reeds worked, all the sounds worked. All my other accordions, there was always something, right? Like I couldn't play the F, or it would rattle, or the left hand would get stuck. So I bought this new for that stage show. It was light enough, it was loud. That's when I bought it. And then I don't take very good care of my instruments, so that was the leaky bellows. My friends Yuval and Isaac fixed it, so it does sound great now. And then this latest white one, I've just fallen in love with it. But yeah, buy a Weltmeister, they're great instruments. To tell the truth though, every accordion that I've bought had something special about it. It was beautiful to play, it had its own sounds. And I like, someone wrote, the best kind of music is shared music. I like taking my accordion places. I take my accordion on my bicycle. I used to take it on my motorcycle, out in the rain and the wind and the cold into the beach. So having a cheaper accordion was always better because I didn't mind if it got sand in it. I didn't mind if a kid wanted to play with it with dirty fingers. So yeah, I think if I had a really fancy, beautiful Bella Tuna accordion, those beautiful ones that you see on YouTube sometimes, I wouldn't let my kids touch it, right? So that wouldn't work too much. Yeah. Oh, the mazurka video. Yeah, I don't know how to play it. I just watched it yesterday, and for all the things that I say that I never forget a song, the Yiddish mazurka, I forgot how to play it. If I heard it again, I'd know. I just forgot how to play it. Yeah, the Roland F, those digital ones. Have you tried digital accordion? I have tried a digital accordion twice. I'd rather play digital keyboard than a digital accordion. I think it's really cool. I like what Michael Bridges does. The young Canadian guy, he does amazing things. I enjoy the sound of the accordion. I get it. I've seen people do really cool stuff. I like the manual accordion and a digital keyboard. Like sit down and turn on synthesizers and drums. But yeah, I like the accordion as the accordion. Yeah, I don't know if my wife needs me. We'll see. If I get the look, then I'm gonna disconnect. Let's try and play a song. The Yiddish Mazurka. How does it go? Oh, I really don't know. I'm gonna play. Sal, no pushing, please. Yeah. Sorry, I feel a little bit uninspired with music, but it sure is nice to just hear from you guys about what you're doing and learning. The diatonic, no, I have a little accordion that I mess around with. It's a little button accordion. I wanted to play the diatonic, but they were very expensive to buy, so I never got a chance to. The only instrument you get to feel really part of is that makes sense for such an old historical instrument. I've had a lot to say on that. Yeah. Oh, I love the folk music sound. I love when people, yeah, I like when people are able to make the accordion sound real nice. it's so nice, those deep sounds, eh? I think that was really nice. Anyways, I think that's all for me. Easy with Eastern European flavor to a simple tune. Play an Eastern European tune. There's I don't know if you're a part of the site, but I have a section called Ornaments and Trills. And they're easy things to do. So if we're doing, what song can we do? Oh, I don't know. What song is there? Moscow Nights, let's say, right? I don't know what to do. I would suggest doing the ornaments and trills. So instead of just doing, I would do. So a few things there. One is, right? So instead of just hitting the note on straight, if you have time, do a trill, the note above it and or below it. Right? Instead of, I have a video on it on Accordion Love. The other thing is to slide up or down to the note. So instead of going, I could do. So instead of just hitting the G, I'm going from the note below it and hitting F, F sharp, and G together, rolling my finger on it. So instead of just. I don't know if it's an Eastern European feel, but it certainly adds interest to the melody. And I think slowing down a song to speeding it up, right? So. Right, so it's slowing down to that crescendo. You can just imagine the Russian people with their hats on their heads and they're doing that dance. That's what I imagine it has, right? Like in Fiddler on the Roof. If I was a rich man, it starts from slow to fast. I think you could try adapting that to different songs. Other people on the chat might also have suggestions. Yeah, the roll really helps, and it's easy to do. Play it out, please, Moshe. I don't know which song. Oh, the Russian Moscow Nights. I'm feeling uninspired with this accordion. It's weird. When I had it too, I was just like, all right. And then I got my white accordion, and maybe it was just I've played this for too long. Just playing songs. Anyways, I hope this helps. The kids are okay. They're just using their outside sound. Yeah, leave me comments, ask questions. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks for joining me and letting me play for you and asking questions. Yeah, of course. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you for everyone that participated. I think this will show up on my channel. In case you have any questions or wanted to revisit anything, let me know the timestamp and I'll let you know.